guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So today we are working on our Spring Botanic junk journal. I went ahead and tore all my pages, inked all my pages, set all my signatures in place. We're going to work on the cover because tearing up paper and inking paper, I mean, you guys don't really need to see that. And besides that, guys, my home construction has moved into my craft room. So yeah, the renovations have encroached upon me, so I have to make this video pretty quickly in order for us to make room for the contractors to come in here and do some stuff. So that being said, I just want to show you guys really quickly. This is my template for my book cover. Okay, this is what it looks like. I'm using one of these document wallets. I picked these up on Amazon. They're by Connect, and they were shipped from the UK. So I don't know how readily available this is, but it's a stack of maybe, I want to say maybe 50. It was a huge stack. Maybe 50 envelopes came in it, so there's tons of stuff you can do with this pack of 50, and I probably paid somewhere around $24 for it. Now you're thinking 24 bucks for a bunch of envelopes or document wallets. You can either make your own or use a file folder or use those green hanging folders. I have those also, and I could have easily done this project with that. So what I'll probably do, and don't hold me to it, but I will show you guys how I made this book cover template from this particular file folder or document wallet. And then maybe if time allows and my construction doesn't encroach upon me any further, I will show you guys how to achieve probably the same or similar results with a hanging file folder or two. You may need two file folders to, not hanging ones, but the regular manila file folders to accomplish this much stuff. All right, so that being said, let's open this up and I'll show you what I've got going on in here. And I did tweak this a little bit simply because when I started this, I only had 5 signatures, and then I found a sixth one that I forgot to ink, tear, and do all the other stuff to. So I have total of 6 signatures that's going into this junk journal, and that's using up all of the solid pages in the Spring Botanic paper pack by Stamperia. Okay, so, and by solid I mean ones that does not have cutouts on. So if there's a page that has, you know, like a bunch of individual cards to cut out, or, you know, long ones for making tags and pockets and such. These are all of the solid pages, the solid designs. They look like this. Even this is not, this to me is a collage, it's not solid. All right, so there's that. Here's another page, again, solid design. This signature is feeling a little light. Anyway, solid design. Okay, this one I made, this was from the back cover of the paper pack, and I made this this back cover into something that's workable. Otherwise you're going to lose a page in the whole process. So I'm also going to show you guys how I did this with the front cover. All right, and then we'll be using the front cover as well. It won't be a signature, it's going to decorate the actual book cover itself. So there's that. Another solid design. Okay, it's a little collagey on one side. Solid design. Here's another. You get the idea, right? Any other page in the book, in the paper pack, had was a cutout page. So these are just collaged pages, solid designs. All right, so here are my 6 signatures. I'm using this one as my template, not for any particular reason. I'm just going to use it to do a lot of the measuring, cutting, and fitting of the signatures into the book. So I'm going to set that aside. And we're just going to work on the cover today. Unfortunately, we may not get to much more than that. Again, I'm using this document wallet, and my cover is going to have like a roll over You can do, if it's a straight edge, you can do a couple of ties and just tie it up with some sari silk. I may show you guys that with the regular manila folder template, but in here there is a pocket right here and a long pocket right here, which will probably house a bookmark or something like that. Other than that, there really isn't much else going on this cover, so let's just get into it, right? Let's just do it. Oh, and the other thing was, like I was saying, I had 5 signatures and then I added a 6th, so now I have a total of 6 signatures, and this is a 1 and probably 5/8 spine, 1 3/4 inch spine. I want to make my spine 2 inches because of that 6th signature that I've added. So I'm just going to take all of these, put them back in here, and you see how full and chunky that is. Hang on, I'll show you from this side. There's not much room for decorating once you put all your signatures in and your spine is really tight at this point, right? It's also going to be very hard to stitch in your signatures because you need just a little bit of space in between each signature on the spine to sew them in. So I'm using this document folder. The entire okay, so this is the document folder. It totals like it totals 9 3/8 by about 13 1/4. Okay, that's how large it is when it's folded up. We're going to deconstruct it, but prior to deconstructing it, I just had to let you know that the measurements of it is 9 3/8 by 13 1/4. Okay, so at 9 3/8, okay, I'm just going to set this one aside because it's not deconstructed. At 9 3/8, which is what this measures right here, you want to find the center mark. Okay, when it's folded, find the center. So for me, my center on this one is at 4 3/4. Yep, yeah, about 4 3/4 is my center. And I want a 2-inch spine on both sides. So from 4 3/4, you can pencil mark it. You can score it right away, but pencil marking is probably best just so that you don't run into any faux pas, you know, whoopsies down the road. So I'm just going to pencil mark it right here at giving myself a 2-inch spine. From the 4 3/8, we're going to go over 1 inch and measure 4 3/4, go over 1 inch and measure 5 3/4, and then go back 1 inch and measure 3 3/4. Right? That's all that is. We have our spine markings at this point, and then you can score. So I went ahead and I scored all the way down, giving myself a 2-inch spine. So far, so simple. So it's just a matter of folding your paper, giving it a nice tight crease with your scoring tool, and here is our spine. Okay, on either side of the paper, and we'll just work with the front cover for now. Sorry, this is noisy. Just working with the front cover. We want to take our furthest spine mark, butt that up against the corner of the scoring board, and then we can do our measurements from here, just working with the front cover alone. This is the natural crease that the folder came with, and I'm going to score here at 6 1/2. Trying to see if that's what I actually did. I'm just reading my directions over there. Yeah, I see 2-inch spine, 3 3/4. Yeah. Okay, so right here, I am going to score this at 6 1/2 to give myself a pocket on the front side of the journal. So sorry for the noise, guys. The contractors are back. All right, so here's our little pocket for the front cover. Now, your file folder, or this particular document wallet, has taped taped flaps on here. So all of this was taped together or glued together to deconstruct the to deconstruct the envelope, I had to tear those apart from where it sat. These were like little gusseted pockets in there. I'm leaving this flap on just for now, and I'm also leaving this other flap on where the pocket is going. I just took my scissors and snipped away a little triangle from the top and from the bottom. All right, and then I also cut it off at the bottom. So here are my two bottom flaps. These were on here. Okay, I just removed them, and I'm saving these because my entire book cover does not need to be 13.5 inches long. It only needs to be about 9.25, 9.5 maybe inches long. So I'm going to fold back up my file folder in the original document wallet shape that it was in. And this is my bottom section right here. I'm going to cut away a couple of sections of this file folder. So I know I only need 9.5 maybe. So I'm just going to put a little pencil mark right down here at the bottom of the folder at 9.5. And I'm only going to cut just this section right here to that original score mark that the envelope came with. Hope all of this makes sense. I'm sorry if I'm going a little fast, but I just hope it makes sense to you guys. So here, this is my pencil mark at 9.5. And take my ruler, and I'm just going to draw myself a straight line to cut away this section right here. Okay. And this now will become that front pocket on the front cover. We need this section, so don't cut that off. So I'm just going to cut this right here. I'm going to try to cut it as straight as possible. Even though I drew myself a straight line, things get wonky once you start cutting. Right up to there. And I'm going to cut off this bottom section right here. So this right here we do not need, but I'm going to save it just in case. Just in case. You just never know. It's a cute little book right there. Okay. And then on our, okay, here's our spine. On the inside of the front cover, I am just going to cut along this spine mark till I get to that 9.5 mark, right? So I'm going to cut along this spine mark right here on the file folder, and then we're going to fold that up to make our pocket at the for our bookmark. So this right here is going to get cut right along this spine score mark that we made, right up to that 9.5. And then this section right here is what's going to get folded up to 9.5 to make that pocket. Doesn't have to be a deep pocket, it just has to be wide enough. So there's that. And I did a template before doing all of this, so that may be something that you'd want to consider. You can make a template out of just about anything, some cardstock or what have you. It may just take a little bit more gluing or you know, taping it together in order to hold everything in place. So starting to look like a cover. This right here is just going to get glued down. This is our gusseted pocket, so right here is where I want to replace my little gusset tabs that I saved. So I would put that back here. Whoops, wrong way. Put that back here and put this little one right back here. And it's already in the shape of the triangle that I cut away. All right, I just cut away the triangle to reduce down the bulk when you fold it up. So you just glue these back in place, and now you still have a little gusseted pocket for sticking things in over there. And this is our little pocket right here for putting in our bookmark, which comes with the kit, by the way. There is a long decorated sheet. Anyway, so here's this top part right here we do not need. Okay, I'm just gonna fold it back for now just to get it out the way and you don't have to look at that. But this right here is our book cover. Yeah, right up to about here. Okay, this is our book cover. We need to reinforce all of these pre-scored marks that came with the envelope, as well as reinforce these score marks that we made for our spine. We're going to do that next. I'm just going to go ahead and cut away the remainder of this down here at 9.5. So I can place this on my scoring tool and find the score mark that takes it all the way up, whatever that is. Right, and I can remove this. You can also make this into pockets if you like, if you want to keep it. It's a possibility, but you do need to remove the spine section because it creates a lot of bulk. So here I'm just going to cut on that 2-inch score mark that we made for our spine and remove this bottom section. Okay, so pocket, pocket, spine, spine, and then we have this extra piece over here. So let's talk about this extra piece for a moment. On the template that I made, my extra piece rolls over the top, and it's where I'm going to do my closure. So let me just find it and show you guys. This is pretty much what we currently have here in this form. So this is where we are, except for the reinforcements. This was the extra piece that's left over on this side right here. I just went ahead and found a spot, okay, and started scoring 1/4-inch marks all the way around in order for this to roll. Okay, this is the closure, and it just rolls around just freely in your hand, just based on those score marks that I made on here. I'll give you the measurements for that, just in case you have this folder. The closure from the back score mark, so this is the front score mark, this is the, sorry, spine marks. This is the front spine mark, this is the back spine mark. I'm gonna butt the back score mark or spine mark up to the edge of my scoring board, and I'm gonna measure across this way because my entire book is 6 by 9. Okay, these signatures measure 6 by 9. So for my entire, okay, that's where it measures up to, 6 by 9. I gave myself about a 1/2 inch down at the, 9.5 is what I originally gave the book. So I'm going to give this side of the book as well another 1/2 inch. Okay, so from about 1/2 inch, just, because we're going to stuff this book with things. It's a given. It's going to happen. So again, I'm going to butt this back score mark for the spine up against the edge of my score pal right here. Go over to 6.5, and then I'm going to start scoring every 1/4 of an inch. So 6.5, 6 3/4, 7, 7 1/4, 7.5, 7 3/4, and then I'll probably stop at about 8. Okay, I'm just bringing all of these marks down. So yeah, every 1/4 of an inch from about 6.5 all the way down to about 8 inches. Okay, and that's going to give my closure that rolled effect. And then you just maneuver each one of those score marks into place without really creasing it. You just want it to roll, right? So there's that. And you're going to leave this piece right here because from 8 on is your closure section. So now I need to decide what I'm going to do with these. I didn't do anything with them on the template because I was still stuck on what should I do with this bottom section. So before I do anything, I want to reinforce my spine and secure up these original score marks that the document folder or document wallet came with. And now they're using tools, so I do apologize again for the noise. If you guys hear weird sounds coming from other rooms, it's because the contractors are here and are doing stuff. All right, so before I lose these little guys, which I may have already lost one. Is this it? Now I'm asking you if this is it. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I may have already misplaced one. I'm going to place this guy right here and find his little buddy. It might have fallen on the floor. I'll find his little buddy and glue him down. So I'm just going to grab whatever glue I have readily available. And it's not even this one. Come out. Alright, art glitter should do the trick. Just going to put a little bead of glue right down here. And glue this guy back on here. Okay. And I'll find the oh, okay. I found it. I was standing on it. Alright, so here's the other side to the triangle that I removed. Just going to butt that back up against there and then glue this down here as well. That might be a little much. Okay. So then when we close this pocket up, we'll still have access to our little gusset on both sides. There's a gusset here and then there's one over there. Okay. So this one wants to come undone for whatever reason, so I'll just put a little bit more glue right there and glue it down. Okay. All right, so that is that for this section right here, and we had to remove those in order to cut our folder off. All right, and let's see, what else can I show you guys? Okay, so for this side, if you want to do a pocket, you're gonna lose some of it with that roll. So you now have to decide, like, how much of a pocket do I really want, the entire back cover. So I will just let's just mark it and then I'll cut it off. And we'll experiment together, because again, I didn't do anything for this section on the I'm just using my score mat, my cutting mat, as well as a ruler to give me the measurement that I need. So I'm about 40.5 centimeter wise. So there's my 40.5 mark. 40.5. Ah, see, I was at 41.5 there. Okay, so here's my 40.5 mark, and I will just cut this off because I don't need this part. Trying to cut a straight line once again. Because this is already like folded up in so many different directions, it's kind of hard to put this on like a guillotine or paper trimmer or something like that, because you know, it has so many pre-folds, and getting it onto a guillotine or a paper trimmer, it's a little difficult. So that's why I'm using my scissor a lot today. And cutting straight lines is not my forte, but I did it. All right. Okay. So now we have this section. We can put a little V in here to get a, actually no, we don't even need to. I'll trim it back a little bit to reduce the bulk on the spine and the closure. So I'm just going to place my ruler right here. Let's see. I want to get, let's do about 1/4 of an inch right there, and we'll do 1/4 of an inch right here. And I will just draw a line from this point down to this corner. Get on the dot. And then I'll draw a line from this point down to this corner, and then cut these 2 little triangles off. And that's how you get an even, you know, pocket on both sides. My battery's flashing at me. I'm gonna go change it, grab some tape to reinforce the score marks and the spine and whatnot that we've made, and I will be right back. 2 ticks. Alright, so we're gonna wrap this up pretty quickly because there really isn't much else I can do today with you guys. Again, the contractors are dying to get into my craft room, and I'm holding them at bay. I'm like, go find something else to do. go, I don't know, do something else. Go cut some wood somewhere else. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cut away these 2 little sections that we just scored. Okay, and it's now a pretty even pocket on both sides. All right, so we have a back pocket. We can, let me grab my circle punch. Let's use this pretty scalloped edge. Just gonna centrally pop a little, actually I'm gonna decorate it before I cut any circles out. This way I can cut the circle with the paper that's gonna be decorated on here at the same time. It'll save me some time and grief as opposed to trying to line it up afterwards. Let's just reinforce these with tape. Now you can use bookbinding tape if you have it, which is this guy right here. This is Book Guard. I got this on Amazon. It's also in my my list down below, you know, on my favorite items list. And it's basically a fabric tape. It's reinforced, kind of Tyvek-y. Tyvek-y, is that a word? Anyway, it's like, it's really reinforced tape. Also, I have here, this is medical grade tape. It's a fabric, and it works just almost the same. Okay, it's a little less sticky. I have it currently on my finger, holding in some gauze that I'm trying to let my finger heal. And yeah, this is just some medical grade tape that you will have to run across your glue stick in order for it to get that extra adhesion that you need, or adhesive that you need. But you can use this. This is a really inexpensive tape, probably about $3 for a 2-pack, maybe $4 for a 2-pack. I got this at Walmart. So this is the Walmart brand medical grade tape, and I'm looking for the packaging. Let me see if I can grab the package so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, it's a cloth tape, a a 2-pack. I want to say this was about $3 to $4. So it's basically just this. I've said enough about tape. All right. I am going to use my book guard on this because I really want a good hold on here. And I need to, one, debone these sections that are the original creases that came, wrong one, that came with the file folder or the document wallet. So it's that one and this one right here. So I'm just using the edge of my bone folder and just removing that permanent crease that came with the document wallet, which will make it a lot easier to tape it into place. And I'm also going to just use a single pass. I'm not going to double it up the way that I did on my template because it does create a lot of bulk. So to eliminate that bulk, I'm just going to use just a single strip on both sides. So that's my pocket. Here's my spine. So yeah, this is my book front, so I have to reinforce this section right here. And once you get to reinforcing the original score marks that the folder comes with, you will start to see your book take shape. And yeah, it'll be less stressful trying to keep up with the location of everything. And this is one crooked one crooked piece of tape I'm putting down here, but it's all good. Okay, once it's down, I will try to straighten it all up. Okay, so there's that, and I'll trim it around wherever it's overlapping or messy. Okay, so this is my back cover. I don't think I need one here. Let's see. This will become a pocket. Yeah, I'll just put one on here. This is the back cover. So I'm just going to pop a little piece of tape straight down here. Okay, and on here as well. So it's just reinforcing it so that it does not bend in sections that you don't need it to bend. Now on my template, I like roll this tape around in 3 different directions and and really got it on there just like wrapped up. All right, so there's that. Here's our spine. So I'm going to need some tape here. And if you look at books nowadays, they're not glued together in all of these areas. They use bookbinding tape. So even on the outside covers of the book, and then they just slip a jacket on it of the author's, you know, history or what the book's about, etc. Yeah, they just put a little book jacket on. But this right here is what's used for making modern day books. On the back, I will do the same thing. I'm just going to get it at the edge of the book. The book cover, and then snip away down here, and I'll do the same thing right up here. Alright guys, let me just get this on, and I'm going to show you what we've done today. There was one more thing I wanted to show you guys, but I'll see how much time I have later on today and probably come back and show it to you, because it's a fun little thing, and it's a useful little little thing to know or to have in your bookmaking arsenal. I will have to do the same thing to this pocket, just the same thing I did over here. I'm just going to mark 1/4 of an inch and score it off. Here we go, 1/4 of an inch. Just to basically get rid of the bulk in the corner so that it doesn't touch where my spine needs to fold. So just gonna pencil mark that and draw a line and cut this off. Okay, so that reduced down the bulk here in the corner where my spine needs to fold over. And then you can use your bone folder and get these really nice and tight creases. And at the 2 inch, another nice tight crease right here. Okay. I will trim all of this around here, get all this tape off. I don't think we need this section anymore, so I can remove that. But I'll save it just in case I need it down the road. You know, when you're deconstructing an envelope or a file folder, you tend to want to save all those little extra pieces just because you just never know, like, darn it, I needed that. I needed an extra piece. So yeah, just save it all until you're done, and then you can assess that at that point. All right, so here's our cover. Here's our pocket. I'll do all my thumb notches afterwards when we decorate the inside and outside of the book. Here is our bookmark pocket, or whatever you really want to put in there. Here's the spine. Okay, we have a 2 inch spine. On the back cover, there's this pocket right here. Okay, and again, we'll put in our thumb notches at that point. Book folds over this way. Okay, and then we have our little roll closure that's going to go here. Okay, and again, you just want, with all those 1/4 inch score marks, you just want to give it a nice little tug, you know, just to get it to roll over on each one of those 1/4 inch score marks. All right, guys, unfortunately, I have to leave you here, but I will come back either later this afternoon. Shh, don't tell anybody. Or I'll be back for a Saturday video, just to show you guys how we wrap this up. Maybe Saturday. All right, I'll definitely talk to you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a super crafty day. Don't forget to stay naturally curious. Check out my links down below. Hit the bell for notifications after you've subscribed to the channel. And if you like the content on this channel, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share these with your friends and family, and I will definitely talk to y'all in the next one. Stay naturally curious, guys. So if you want to see more videos just like this one, check out these 2 videos right down here. All right, guys. Bye.